It's episode 8 time, everyone. In this episode, our host Teddy has prepared some questions for the rest of the gang to reflect and look forward to with our time in Lorcana. We hope you all enjoy, and as always, everyone, take it away. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Glimmer Gang Podcast. My name is Teddy, one of your lovely hosts, and like always, I am joined by Sean, Spencer, and Blake. With 141 days from the time of recording till Gen Con, 156 till LGS release on August 18th, and 170 days till full release on September 1st, I've got a few questions and thoughts to throw everyone's way on Lorcana regarding the past, present, and future to give us time to reflect and to look forward. But first, how's everyone doing today?
Doing great.
Solid.
Fantastic as always.
Awesome. So the first question I have for you guys is, what do you think about that is like when you think about Lorcana and what has already happened, what are some highs and lows you have so far? If any lows, if I'm guessing there's some highs, but if any lows, what are those for you guys?
Definitely some of the highs that I've experienced since Lorcana has been announced. August 30th of last year? I think that was when the Polygon article and the Dicebreaker article and all that stuff happened. I've met you guys, which is one of the highs that I've had. Definitely moving forward in my pursuit as a content creator is another high that I've experienced. And I'm beginning to love it. I'm beginning to love all these recording sessions that we do together, the ones that I do independently. And that's all really thanks to Lorcana, because I didn't have any idea of what I wanted to make. I didn't know where I was going to go. I knew I wanted to make content. I just didn't know where I was going to go. And this game came out, and here we are. I don't have any lows either. It's been an uphill trajectory for me the whole time.
I will say one low that I'm aware of is the dry spell from D23 until that first bit of news drops where it wasn't really news drops, where they were just naming the inks.
We got everything we could out of that.
Those were the days. Just doing what we could with what little information we had.
If you're the OG people in that Lorcana HQ, you know what we're talking about. You know all those days where it was just talk about the smallest things. We squeezed all of the juice out of those oranges.
The funny thing is, we just got the huge lore dump, and so we talked about it for like a day, and then it's gone. It's just so different.
That's how it goes with us. You take the information, drain it, and move on, and wait for the next bit. It's like you go back up to the table, and it's like, please, can I have some more?
Yeah, the Lorcana team has definitely turned the community into a bunch of ravenous piranhas, and the instant something drops, it just gets devoured.
On the high notes, I will say getting into content creation, meeting all the people in the Discord. I wasn't even initially on the Lorcana HQ Discord. I was part of another one where I ran into Jared, or Citizens of Lorcana, as most people know him. Met there, and then we eventually moved over to the Lorcana HQ. Met all you guys, and it's been fun talking with everyone almost every day. Finally got some new friends.
Yeah, I think one of the things for me was, I think I'm in the same boat as Sean. Like, it was like, I want to make content, and like I was doing a lot of sports writing and stuff. Like it just wasn't like going anywhere. And obviously, I'm still younger. I have college to worry about and stuff like that. But it was cool just to see like how quickly this community came to be a thing. And I know there's endless amounts of people who are to thank for that. Medina, for one, for creating the server, because I think it's a perfect place for everyone to hang out. And then I think Twitter is one of the bigger places that Lorcana is present on. And Lorcana Twitter is great, and everyone just interacting. And I think the positive upliftingness, if that's even a word, I think that's a word, of everyone who is a part, content creator or not, just have being able to have good conversations about these cards that we get and all this news. And I think that's honestly one of my highs. And obviously, this group, I think we've created something really cool here. And obviously, our focus and competitiveness will just exponentially grow once we hit that release date, once we get all these rules. But as it's gone so far, I definitely have enjoyed this experience so far and just being able to meet everyone. And when Gen Con hits, meet everyone in person.
I'll go ahead and echo Blake here and say like the pretty much the only real low was just the drought of information, but that kind of helped us develop the community, which I think is really like the whole high, like everybody else has talked about, where not only getting involved with everyone here and just all the the content creators and everyone, we just have an awesome community of people that are looking to work together. And I know if it wasn't for being involved in this, there's no way I would be going to Gen Con. Like, it wouldn't be worth it without the whole community aspect and going and meeting everybody and doing all that kind of stuff. So looking forward to Gen Con and everything that comes with that is definitely a high. And then I do want to shout out, Dan over at Hobbies and Happiness for his community roundtables or whatever. I've been to almost all of them, and they last like 3 hours, and I could not be happier than when we're all just sitting there, just jamming, just talking about whatever it is we have to talk about that week. And I'm super excited for the one that's coming up this week because I know we got a lot we're going to be able to jam about.
So I agree with that completely. Dan and Jim at Hobbies and Happiness, they are awesome. They're great content creators. I aspire to be as good as they are. You know what I mean? Like the setup. Like you guys have seen the picture of Dan's setup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
it is beautiful. Like I completely aspire to that level, and I take inspiration from him as well. And like
by beautifully mean
Spencer
intimidating.
Said, beautifully intimidating, like a big strong woman.
There's so many switches and chords, and I'm just like, I'd be so lost.
It's like, where is it? I don't know. But yeah, it's like you said. Also, the one coming up is going to be a lot of fun. It's probably going to be because I noticed that the attendance had kind of fallen off a little bit, probably due to the fact that there wasn't a whole ton to talk about. I think this is going to bring some of the content creators back out of the woodwork. We're going to get to see some people we haven't seen in a little bit, talk to some people we haven't talked to in a little bit. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, it's because John T was traveling, without our lovely, British Canadian. It's just not the same.
It's true. It's true.
So our next question we have here is before we hit Gen Con, for those of us going, sorry, Blake, but for those of us hitting Gen Con and then before Blake for you for LGS release, what is something you guys are looking forward to the most before we hit like a release and we have cards in our hands?
TTS leagues.
The thing that I'm looking forward to the most, yeah, I was going to say that what I'm looking forward to the most is learning the rules, hopefully soon, quote unquote, because it's almost spring technically, and learning the rules and like Spencer just said, taking that onto TTS, especially when we have like obviously you probably can't build a deck out of the pool we have now, but hopefully when they reveal rules, they will also reveal more cards along with that, so we can get an example of play, and then we all hop on TTS and we start jamming games.
Yeah, I think I'm the most excited about like TTS. I think is going to be really fun, but I get very tired of sitting there looking at my screen playing, and obviously it is good for practice, but I'm excited to make proxies and just see those cards in my hands, even though if it is just a piece of paper with some ink on it, wink wink. But I think just that was a good joke. Okay, I'm moving on. I made myself laugh.
That's what matters, Teddy. That's what matters.
Exactly.
I'll be sure to leave that in for editing.
Oh yeah.
You're too young for the dad jokes, Teddy. They don't work.
No, but I'm excited just to have the cards like in my hands, even if they're not real yet. So that's what I'm most excited about release, and just getting the rules and being able to take off this when we are able to do more competitive stuff in that realm.
I'm just really looking forward to, like, I'm assuming you have a college roommate just coming in, and like he just sees you just sitting there gold fishing, and he's like, how's your report coming for class? And you're just like, my hand's really consistent.
Okay. So one of the things, I know I'm not getting to look forward to Gen Con, but with the lore drop that happened this week, I am definitely very interested in learning more of the story and seeing what they're going to be doing with that. And the article, what's it called? From the Gamer.
Mm-hmm.
The Gamer. Yeah, the Gamer article. There were mentions of stories being told through the cards as well. So I am very interested to see some examples of that coming through the cards as those get revealed, and being able to look at them and trying to glean what the story is from the cards themselves.
Yeah. Also, I want to shout out Eric, the author of that article, because he threw it on the Discord. He's been a member for a while. He's Uncle Jasper on the Discord. He didn't have to drop it in the Discord like he did, and he actually name dropped the Discord in the article too. So, like, just shout out Eric. You're a heck of a guy, man. It was awesome of you to do all of that.
You're also welcome to name drop Glimmer Gang next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, but definitely give that article a read if you haven't already. A lot of neat stuff in there.
It is the first link in our link tree if you want to go.
Oh.
It's right there.
I don't even know what a link tree is.
It's a tree of links.
Back to the TTS stuff, like what I'm looking forward to, it's not just like the playing the games, which I'm obviously looking forward to. There's the community aspect of, getting to meet and interact with different people from like different metas, and that's one of the things I really like about webcam and play. I don't really enjoy playing card games on TTS. There's just like a separation there that's just like I'm not really a huge fan of. But the thing I'm really looking forward to is the opportunity for us to then start generating gameplay related content. And I'm super looking forward to, hopefully I can get like something figured out with my internet situation and my computer situation, because I really want to start casting and breaking down games and things of that nature. So that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, that just came up with something in my head that What do you say?
Said I guess nobody else is excited about that.
Oh no, man! I think we're all in agreement of that. I think we're all right there with you.
Well, show it.
No, that's just that. I'm so excited. I'm trembling with fear. That didn't make any sense.
I'm like, y'all just always make me feel so uncomfortable. Like I just say something and then there's just complete and utter silence. And it's like, all right, cool. Nobody agrees with me. It's okay. I'll be on my island, guys. Me and Wilson. It'll be all right.
Wilson?
Teddy, do you even get that reference? Nope.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. I do.
He got it eventually. He got it.
My grandpa works at Wilson, so I get that. I have that volleyball back at home.
Your comments about never seeing Lilo and Stitch in the Discord today made me very, very sad, because I then went and looked up when it was released and realized it was older than you are.
Yep, it was released 2 years before I was born.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So now all our other listeners can share in that pain. So you're not allowed to edit that out, Blake.
I'll leave that in.
Why did I ever give up that power? So I think just like that with the TTS and stuff, or casting, I believe is what you said. Yeah. I'm just excited to like build decks and like go back and forth with people and try to figure out like what's good and what's not good because I don't know when we'll get a full set list. I think that's still up in the air. Like some people are predicting before Gen Con, and I hope we do. I think that would be really nice just to be able to play over the summer and stuff like that. Because I'm at school, so I have a crap ton of free time to do things. But just be able to like have the cards and have all of like because even if we don't have all the cards, there will still be somewhat of a meta before the game even releases, and people will know what's good and what's not. And so I think that's just exciting just to see like what's going to be good. Like we have 25-ish, I think, cards. So just being able to figure out like out of those, which one's good and which one's gonna be viable to play is super exciting.
Mulan.
I'd love to have Mulan.
Yep, he said it right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm very interested in that Gantu card, and just like being able to stop Stitch and stuff. I think that's going to be interesting. But then also on the other hand, like Hook with the quick drops and being able to just bull rush, because that's kind of like my play style. So being able to do that stuff, I think, is exciting. Just to like, what's going to be good? What am I going to see across the table from me when I pull out my deck box? That's what I'm excited about.
Fair.
See, at least I get one word. Sneaky gets nothing.
Yeah, because I gave it to you. Because I feel bad when people do it to me.
Oh, man.
You're welcome.
Muchas gracias, senor.
I guess that takes us to 3.
All right.
Number 3.
Numero 3. What are your guys' initial... Or I'm going to redo that. So moving on to now our third...
Is numero French? Did you just mix French
and Spanish?
I did French and Spanish.
I mixed French and Spanish. Yeah,
100% mixed
okay.
languages.
All right, cool.
I gotta make sure you're on your toes, Sneaky. I mean, you are sneaky, or you're sleepy most of the time, but.
Or is that what I want you to think?
Okay, not too much banner to edit out, guys.
Don't edit it out. That's the
man.
key.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna leave this one as is.
Full raw Glimmer Gang. Then they'll know what's up.
I mean, like legit though, the banner makes us more like people. It's more personal.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Now.
Numero 3.
So we have question 3 now, and the question I want to propose to you guys next is: what are your initial plans for content and the game in general once we hit release? Once after big box stores have it, after everyone is able to have the cards in their hands, what are your guys' plans, ideas for content, the Glimmer Gang, for content by yourself, just in general? What are your guys' plans? What do you want to hit on that treasure chest list?
I would say the first thing on my list of things to do once game hits big box stores, we get the official quote-unquote release. I want to start streaming a lot more because at that point people are going to have cards in hand and they're going to want content to watch other than they're going to want content more than just like the podcast that we've already been doing. People are going to want visuals at that point. People are going to want, especially if we're doing our competitive content and stuff like that, we're going to have to show examples, and you're going to want to show plays, and you're going to want to like a sports, like a recap, game recap, stuff like that, you know.
Hashtag tier list.
Woo!
Exactly. That'll be fun. All 4 of us doing tier list together. That'll be a blast.
That's gonna get argumentative really quickly. I feel like
it's discussative, not argumentative.
Wait, you're putting Mulan, Stitch, Beatdown in?
Are you blind?
Tier 1.5? What?
Tier 0, baby.
Tier 0, yeah.
Tier 0 or bust.
I also think that's all 4 of our individual voices, all of our individual play styles. Our tier lists will benefit from that because it'll be a consensus of all 4 of our ideas, as opposed to one person doing one list.
very true. See, Sean knows how to look on the bright side and look on the good side of things.
On my side of things, I've learned very quickly, which is why my YouTube channel is like basically dead, that I do not enjoy doing news style stuff, videos specifically. Like podcasts are fine; I can sit here and talk all day. And nobody just wants to watch me just sitting in front of a microphone talking. I assume so. Like I said, I'm super excited about casting and game breakdowns because that's something that I just get excited about and I really enjoy doing. It's my favorite thing that we used to do on my wargaming podcast. And other than that, lately I've been getting really excited about like gear and gear reviews and accessories type stuff. And I'm really hoping I don't break my bank buying a whole bunch of junk, but I've been buying a bunch of junk. And so I'm excited to be messing around with that. And I've been watching a lot of Pokemon collection stuff, and I haven't I really ever been into the collecting side of TCGs, but I've got some plans there that I'm excited to do a little bit of content on here and there, but it's definitely not going to be a feature, like a focus. So I'm sure there's going to be tons of people that are just like hardcore on the collecting side of things.
Yeah, like obviously, like I want to do competitive content. I think that's where I excel at with trading card games or any games. Just being able to do well and provide that type of content is something I want to do. But like you said, like the collecting part of it, and like I want to have a full set if I can. I want to be able to 20 years down the road say, oh, you guys are just getting to Disney Lorcana now? Well, look, okay, I'm not going to say it like that. But just like it would be cool like 20 years down the road to say like I have a full set of the first chapter when it's released. I was there at ground zero. And you see like all these games like Pokemon Magic, there are people who were there, but it's just that's a really cool thought to me. Like 20, even 30 years, hopefully the game's around 30 years in the future. That would be amazing. But like 30 years down, 20, 30 years down the road, just being able to like go back and say I was there, I think that's just something that's pretty cool.
For sure.
So yeah, just trying to get the trying to start my collection side as well as the competitive side is what I'm going for.
Yeah, and I'm like also really interested in doing like the meta analysis type stuff, and I'm really hoping that there's going to be support for that kind of stuff, like on the technological side, coming from Ravensburger. So we'll really see, but I'm really hoping that the companion app has like some kind of like tracking feature when it comes to organized play that is accessible. I hate you guys.
I'm sorry, Sneaky. I tried to give it to you. I tried to give it to you last time. I could not. I responded right away last time, but I'm blaming this one on Blake and Sean.
I'm actually blaming you, Teddy. You said 30 years from now, and my brain just went into an existential crisis of like, oh yeah, 30 years from now, and then I'm like, oh, 30 years from now, I'll be 60.
Yeah,
retirement fund.
Yeah, I just got to hit up the retirement home to visit you guys and play some Lorcana.
Wow.
We wouldn't be in homes yet, unless our future kids really hate us.
I hope not that much.
Oh, okay. Back on track. For me personally, with the article this week, I've actually picked up the interest of wanting to dive into specifically the lore for the game, because that's something that not a lot of people dive into that, and it's one of those things with a lot of different games where you had to dive into it and look for the story, and especially if it's going to be posted across social media and the booklet and the trove across all these different medias. I want to have a channel that hunts all of that down, puts it together, and just have something that's a lot more easily accessible if you want to find out about the lore and not have to do all of that digging yourself and doing speculations based on what we get. And I'm assuming that based on that, since we're following a story, we'll also get to make some fun predictions about where they're going to be taking the story in future sets. So I'm really excited about digging into that.
Man, the lore is going to be amazing in this game. That article just whet my appetite for it so much. I can't wait to see how much more we're going to get soon.
So for our fourth and final question, what is a long-term goal for the game that you guys have? Like, I've asked this in different forums to a lot of people, like a dream or an aspiration for the game in like a year or two, maybe 10 years. But what are those like goals you have for the game for yourself, but also for the game as in general?
To be sitting at one of two tables at Worlds. And those tables are either the Top Cut table or the casting table.
Definitely agree with that. Definitely want to attend Worlds whenever that they make that happen. If they make that happen, definitely a big dream. For the game itself, just a lot more of my favorite characters are brought in, and a lot more of the niche characters are brought in through different sets. A lot of characters that I want to see, and I hope that they get to.
Yeah, much like Spencer and Blake already said, I definitely want to, like Blake said, or like Spencer said, I definitely want to be at a high ranking tournament, you know, with that ribbon or plaque or trophy in my hand when it's all said and done. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to push myself like I've never pushed myself before to try to reach these levels that I think I can do. You know, there's a chance if you work hard. You know, like what is it that you always say, Spencer? It's where preparation and opportunity meet, isn't that?
Oh,
isn't that luck?
Luck is when preparation and opportunity meet.
Yeah, so you know, I'm gonna do what I can to get the preparation side down. So, and this game is the opportunity. So. That and like Blake said, I would love to see more characters. There's a lot that they haven't touched on. I know there's like 179 cards that we haven't seen in this set alone, but there's only so many spots to fill. There's going to be more actions. There's going to be more items. They can't fit everybody. So here's to hoping we see some of those deep cuts as far as characters go.
It's 78 actions and all 101 Dalmatians.
Wow.
Wow, what a
ridiculous.
For me, I think personally, when I played Pokemon, I just I was too young, I think, and I did not know how to understand it. I didn't honestly have the interest of putting in the worth ethic just because I was still young and like doing stuff, doing sports. I had school for 7 hours a day, so I don't have the time for it. But now being able to have this opportunity to play Lorcana, I already have an amazing community, amazing group of friends to do it with. I think is something I'm really looking forward to, and just hope that I'm able, like you have all said, to be sitting at a top table one day. I think obviously the biggest goal would be world champion. Like, there's only like what in Pokemon, like 20, 30-ish, 20 around there, 20 or 30-ish world champions. So it's like it's pretty exclusive thing. I think that'll be cool. And then like you guys said, like characters, I want to see Lightning McQueen, man. That's just, I want Pixar. I like Pixar a lot, and I've been a huge Cars fan. So if they ever bring those characters in, like going Elsa against McQueen, that's just like, that sounds amazing to me. But yeah, those being a top player and just getting the Cars franchise into the game, I think is something I really want and would hope the game would.
Yeah, for me the like the Worlds thing, that's like the dream type situation. But from like a more, well, there's one other like kind of cool thing that would be sweet is to like have a deck named after you, or like be like the stuff. So
Oh
like
yeah,
you know, like
Yeah.
I'm yeah, like I'm Sneaky Buffalo, so you know I run the Stitch Mulan deck, so it's known as the Stampede deck. You know, because it's just a whole bunch. It goes wide and they just run over you, like or something like that. That'd be cool. And then from a more like realistic standpoint, it's building a good local community. And so like what I mean by that is one, you know, it's sustainable. It doesn't necessarily have to be large, but enough to where enough people are coming in and consistently enjoying the game and we can play regularly, and that the community is good. Like there's you know, in you know LGS worlds, some communities with some games are good and they're great and they're friendly and everyone gets along and they work together well and they're all looking to do things together and have a good time. And then there's other ones that are, you know, League of Legends in real life. And I want to avoid the latter and build the former, and being able to, you know, be one of the people that are helping build and grow and develop this is something I'm looking forward to. And I'm hoping that we can build an awesome community that sustains itself over time with good people.
Absolutely.
Beautiful sentiment. Beautiful sentiment, sir.
See, we say stuff to you too.
We love you,
Yeah,
Sneaky.
throw a
Don't
whine
worry.
about it. Squeaky wheel gets the grease, apparently. Good time.
Oh God, you made me snort.
I was gonna say I heard that one.
I did that that was just on purpose.
That's funny.
Delete that spike. Delete that spike.
I was not smart. I swallowed some things I don't think I should have swallowed.
You shouldn't eat and cast at the same time, honestly.
Well, I didn't. Never mind.
I'm messing with you.
I know. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We really enjoyed recording this, and we hope you guys enjoy listening. But for now, we'll see you next time. Thanks. Thanks for listening to episode 8, everyone. We had a great time recording and can't wait to see what Lorcana brings in the future. Check out our socials for more content as well. But for now, we'll talk soon and glimmer on.